What is up, YouTube? HPJ. So, actually, hold on. Let me turn the music down. Because I know some of you would complain it's too loud. Well, what is up, YouTube? HPJ here. How are you guys doing? It is November 25th of 2025. We are only a few days away from Thanksgiving. And tomorrow is actually Thanksgiving Eve. So I hope you guys who are cooking, I hope y'all grab them turkeys, and I hope them turkeys is thawing out. Because you're not supposed to let your turkeys thaw out the day before, because otherwise it's going to be a hot mess. Unless you have, like, different pieces. But even in so, I would advise you to make sure that they're thawed out properly. So please, if you're cooking for Thanksgiving, can you please make sure that your turkey is thawed out, because no one wants to sit there and we have to wait for a turkey to thaw. Actually, my family is even having turkey this Thanksgiving. We're having chicken, so we got one fowl that we don't have to deal with. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. It is um literally just a normal day. I know this is very weird and out the blue for me to do another podcast, because it'll be podcast 21, but I didn't get a chance to do podcast 21 properly because I had to do podcast 22. So yeah, it is definitely a lot going on. I am not gonna lie. And I know many of you are probably excited to hear that I'm doing this podcast, but we're only a few podcasts away from end of the podcast series. And I hope that you guys are enjoying the podcast. As you know, factor that, yeah, I am going to officially step away from the podcast at the end of the year. But I at least wanted to let you guys enjoy something. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed the music in the background. This is Pokemon music, but with the rain and a rain effect added to it, which is pretty nice. It's funny though, because in Generation 3 of Pokemon, we got to hear a lot of the rain in certain areas of the game. Primarily the forest area that was attached to the route where you caught Phoebus at, and then the other route was on the other side of Fort Tree City. So both routes, the one going to Fort Tree and the one leaving Fort Tree, going to Lily Cove, and the one from Mauville City going into Fort Tree City, where you have to go to the Weather Institute. Yeah, all those have rain in them. I've never known them to not have rain in them until you reach like towards the end, where you're getting to the Safari Zone, which I've been playing a little bit of Gen 2, actually, funny enough, and that game doesn't have a Safari Zone unless you play Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And it always bugged me too, but then I found out why. It was because there's the whole PETA bullshit situation where, oh no, we don't want PETA to think that we're still playing a monster catching game. Which PETA, I'm gonna say this now, you have no room to talk about anyone at all. None. None. Because we know your story. We know your history, boo boo. We will air that shit out real quick. The streets talk. Anyway, so what have I been up to these past few days? Actually, just getting things together. Amethyst Mandala comes out on December 5th. So MSRP of $30. So from what I've seen, because I had to do a video on Amethyst Mandala, everything that's going to be in Amethyst Mandala has now been unveiled. So I'm really happy for Amethyst Mandala. Because many of you know I play Sakuyamon, and I love playing Sakuyamon. She's a really amazing Digimon from Digimon Tamers. Her whole lineup is just amazing because it's all spiritual. It's all about the art of, spiritualists and cleansing demons and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And I'm really excited about Amethyst Mandala because I just cannot wait to take a look at that set. The set looks amazing. The set looks like it's going to be very promising. From there, I did want to talk about a couple of more things. I am working currently on the Yu-Gi-Oh! What was it? Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh! legendary 5D stuff, I am actually breaking down my other two decks by later today, so I can get all the stuff out of it, mainly the Milcharmies. But there was a conversation online because not too long before this video got started, there was conversations on one of the YouTube channels. Uh, no, it wasn't YouTube. I'm sorry. It was on Instagram. And the guys were like, if there wasn't, um, what was it? Oh, if the male Charmies weren't here in the structure decks, we wouldn't have bought the set. And it got me thinking. It got me doing some thinking. And he's kind of right. The person that posted it in the chat, kind of right. Would we Yu-Gi-Oh players had bought it if the Milcharmies weren't in there? I mean, thinking about all the other cards that aren't in there. Forbidden Droplets is in there as a reprint. Which, I mean, how many times has that card been reprinted? What was the other card that got cards in there? Crossout Designator, but does anyone use Crossout Designator? I have rarely seen Crossout Designator actually used for its actual properties, which is to basically come in to help you negate the activation of cards if your opponent, of a card that your opponent plays by banishing the card from your deck. From your deck that is being activated. Because honestly, I have not seen anyone actually play that card at all. None. I have not seen anyone play No, I have seen people play Crossout Designator. I'm sorry, I lied. I have seen people play Crossout Designator, but I haven't seen people legitimately stand strong with Crossout Designator as a go-to card. So it's very, very rare that I've seen the card actually being played for its intended purposes. Because remember, this card was so hyped up from the OCG, and then when it did come to the TCG, look how well it did. Which sucks, because it's a really good card. It's just that, well, due to circumstances, no one's playing it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about I'm talking about the quick play spell known as Crossout Designator. It came out about 2 years ago? Not 2 years ago. It's a quick play spell that states, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster, and you can banish from your deck one card, the same card from your deck to negate the activation of that card and destroy it. And the reason why Crossout Designator was so hyped up was because it was actually in a structure deck. Actually, I am looking at Crossout. Yeah, declare one name, banish one card from your main deck, and if you do, negate the activation of as well the activation of cards in effect with the same card on the field with the same name until the end of the turn, and I activate one Crossout Designator per turn. And that's simply just because of the fact that the artwork of the card looks like the same soldier from Nobleman of Crossout, in the whole lineage of Nobleman of Crossout, Nobleman of Extermination. And I thought this card wasn't called, Nobleman of Designator, or Designation, which would have been cool. But yeah, the Nobleman series has always been in the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, starting with Nobleman of Crossout, because it was a card that was semi-limited for a period of time, then limited for a period of time. It's a very OG Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's a quick play spell as well, and it states that it is a normal spell. Crossout, Nobleman of Crossout, I think it's a normal spell. And if I'm not mistaken, it says select one face down monster on the field, banish it. If it's a flip effect monster, banish copies from both players' decks. The old saying was removed from play, but basically remove those cards from the deck if there are any. And it was actually a really good card people used back in the day when dealing with Magician of Faith, Man-Eater Bug, Penguin Soldier, Hane. So a lot of those monsters. I think even Morphing Jars as well. Oh god. Hit a Nobleman of Crossout, hit a Morphing Jar number 2. Thank you, because I didn't need that. Oh, and cyber jars as well. Oh my goodness. So there's a lot of the flip monsters that you have to deal with. It's really cool. I like the card. Don't get me wrong. I thought the card was going to have more longevity. But as we can see, the longevity lasted as long as most of the gimmicks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself has lasted. So, yeah, shout outs to the trying of Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, but not really. Then there was just like a whole bunch of array of things that were also following around with Yu-Gi-Oh! In its evolution of its gameplay and stuff. So it was just like, here's some really good cards, but how long are they going to stay good when other cards are going to come out soon and try to make them look or try to be better than them? Because it was No Man Crossed Out. No one played. I played No Man Extermination, but a lot of people didn't play No Man Extermination, which was basically hit a card if it's a spell, hit a card in the back row, and just basically do the same thing but for trap cards. So like if it was a trap card, banish copies of it from both players' decks. But no one played it because it wasn't Nobleman or Crossout. So it's I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh TCG is very weird, and Yu-Gi-Oh in general is just weird. You want to break the norm, and then you hate when people break the norm. And if like
I don't feel like that's really a good deck because it's not like mine. And mine is tier, and yours is a tier.
it's like shut that shit up, you flawless, wonky ass motherfuckers. Some of you give tab to get cards. It's the same. It's the same. Anyway, so yeah, that was just like a longevity of things in it. Like it's still a lot of good reprints. Um, Sadly, yeah, like if you weren't playing plants, plant black rose dragon plant, synchron warrior, um, synchron warrior and stardust, or black wings, there was really no point of you buying it outside of no charms. But like with reprints of Forbidden Droplet, Crossout Designator, um, Infinity Impermeance, Ash Blossom, and Joyous Springs, I think almost every hand trap monster is here except for Ghost Ogre Winter Cherries. Because even, what's the name is in here? Ghost Warner Moonlit Chill. Yeah, because I did videos for everybody and I need to upload them as soon as possible. But right now I'm just not worried about that. I'm worried about everything else and make sure everything else is good. So, yeah, it is definitely a mastered piece of a structure deck, but I feel like, yeah, I agree and disagree with people that although, yes, we didn't get the 100% masterpiece that everybody was hoping for, I do feel like we could have at least um, waited things out, or at least had things out waited. It's very complicated. Outside of that, what are the other things that I've been thinking about and discussing? Um, well, I'm doing okay, if that's a good constellation. I still haven't heard back from the dentist yet about getting the dental surgery done yet. We're still waiting. I'm still waiting on hearing back from them. And they were supposed to have called me. But with a dentist that's only in the office every, twice a month, it's like, okay, I guess we're just gonna have to wait till December. Hopefully, if I do need to, I'll call my, I'll call my dental office if I need medication or need pain pills. Because I don't know how much longer it can take till something is done with this tooth. Because I think eventually I'm going to have this tooth pulled. And am I sad about it? No. I'm more irritated with how the process itself is going. And that's where I think a lot of people can agree with me is that if you've been doing something for almost 3 months now, going on 4, and you still have not had any real legit support or process, no, 2 months going on 3, and you have done everything that you can, expanded everything that you possibly could, and still nothing is going on that needs to be going on, yeah, no, it's bullshit. It's legit 100% bullshit. So that's basically what I've been dealing with that. Is there any Yu-Gi-Oh news I want to talk about? Oh, the Phantom Revenge is coming out next week as well. Not Phantom Revenger, no, Phantom Revenge. They literally changed the name for TCG at the last minute and called it Phantom's Revenge. And it's the Hecka Hands, the Kill Tune, I'm sorry, the Queer Tune, not Kill Tune, Cool Tune, like Kewl. So I guess it'll sound like kill, but it's not kill. It's like kill. Like, okay, fine. Horribly bad um, TCG censorship. And then, um, what's the other archetype? Oh, the Intercraft. They're here as well. And it's funny though because the Intercraft is the only one that necessarily didn't get a major change in their name. They just had to simplify the name so people could understand it. Which I mean, I guess it's the same thing. But to be very fair, it was little to no changes done with them. And the Hecka Country, that was what the Hecka Hands OCG name is. To be very fair with people, some people can't pronounce shit. I'm one of those people. I'm not going to spend 15 hours to try to pronounce a name. So if you want to change the name to where it's easy for me to understand it, then that's fine. But I also don't like the fact that I know a few years ago, when we got the Abyssal monsters, they changed them from Abyssal monsters into like the Goggle. I don't know what TCG name they were trying to do with that, but that archetype unfortunately flopped so hard because it was really really difficult to with those names. It wasn't the archetype itself; it was simply just the name. Like, if why don't you just call them Abyssal? Because you don't have an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh that's Abyssal. You have monsters that have Abyss in their name, but these are a completely different thing. You could have just kept them Abyssal. Abyss. Oh, like you could have made a pun on the snake. You know, make it with a hiss sound. Like, I don't. TCG sometimes just do the fuck out of me with those snake shit. Oh, it's so dumb. But yeah, Phantom Revengers will be out December 4th. Or no, December 5th. I mean, the same day Amethyst Mandala drops for Digimon. And I think Pokemon is having an event, and Gundam just had an event. And funny enough, I was at my locals yesterday, and I was at DFG, and they were doing Gundam that day. Gundam. There was a Gundam tournament, or I think a Gundam pre-event, and it was like, they said it was like 52 people on the waiting list. All the other areas that were having Digimon, I mean not Digimon, we're having Gundam, we're having, like, you had pre-releases, but there's a crazy thing. If you have pre-releases, no, if you signed up for re-release, there's a first come, first served situation. They had so many people on the waiting list. I don't know what's going on with them guys. And, but it seems like, so, it's like serious. I really just pretty dicks at it. So, to anyone who is playing Gundam, I hope you guys are getting your money's worth at least. And you're having fun playing it, because that is crazy that there was like a 52-person waiting list. And then I come to find out, no, I hope some of you, so I do want to retract the statement and say those who are wanting to play Gundam, those who love playing Gundam, and are fans of playing the Gundam card game, I hope you got in, and I hope you're able to get what you want from it, because yeah, there were people holding spots to scout cards. Yeah, because I heard people talking about, they're like, oh yeah, the other store had like almost the same amount. One store has to go get have to pay for space at a hotel to then have what is it? Oh, to have the space open because they needed so much room when they couldn't have a room in their actual shop. So that was nice, I guess. I mean, smart move, yeah. But still, also, it's like, wow. Really, guys? It's not that serious. But I guess for some of you, it is that serious. Then from there, there's, what else do you have working? Well, sorry, it's like 8 in the morning? Oh, it's a little after 8. It's almost 8:30 in the morning. So, yeah, it is like, I woke up, it was like 2 something. And then, no, 1 or 2, and then I like didn't really get back to sleep. So I'm probably gonna like crash out for a minute and then go back to sleep. I don't have work till next week, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah. Um, and I'm also messing with like this new case I got from Target. It was on sale because they're having clearances right now for Black Friday. And it's just like a case that would have cost me like 15, $20, no, $15. This case does not feel like it needs to be costing $15. It's it only cost me five something because it was a clearance. But yeah, no. What's it that I wanted to say? Yeah, no. It's so much going on with these card games, and then video game wise, I'm really not in any predicament. Um, I want to play Pokemon ZA, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like I need to run to go play it. It's not one of those things like a top priority, like I thought it would be. And then there was, um, what was the other one? No, Pac-Man World I finished. I saved Pac Girl and Pac Kid, Pac Boy and Pac Sis. Um, so the ending wasn't too bad. It's just like collectathon stuff. If I want the additional stuff in the secret boss, and I don't care about the secret boss. But it was an overall nice experience. Um, I guess because the game's open enough now, I can talk about it. So, Pac-Man Repacked, which I got a chance to play. Basically, it's just a remastered version of Pac-Man World 2 from the GameCube and PlayStation. I believe is on Xbox too. And basically, you're just going through the same things you were going through before, except the bosses have changed. They gave them animal-like bosses like they did the first, like, I think it was Clyde. Yeah, it was Clyde. It was Binky or Clyde. And they changed that up to where everyone had, like, some type of animal boss to mess around with. Like, a volcano with a giant mech spider that wants to be a DJ. A polar bear. And an owl. They're actually really cool because considering the areas that they were in, makes a lot of sense. Um, I did enjoy playing it. I enjoyed um, going through the building. I hated Spooky. I'll just say that now. Spooky on GameCube was way better for bossing Spooky. Um, than Spooky in the repack. Oh my god. Spooky didn't need all that. No, for real, Spooky didn't need all that. I don't know why they gave Spooky all that. Because he didn't need it. At all. He really didn't. So, yeah, it was just a hot mess. It really was. So, I need some water. I'm trying to hurry up and deal with things. So, yeah, shout outs to like the game isn't bad, it's just that it's a lot of minor inconveniences. I didn't even realize how hard it was. Like maybe it's just because it's like the newer stuff added to it made it harder. But yeah, no, it was a hot ass mess. In a lot of areas. And the boss battles weren't bad. Like I think my favorite was just like the Spider-Bot boss battle. Also because I love that remix. And then you have to fight the bosses again. Because if you play the original story, you know Pac Girl, both Pac Sis and Pac Boy, um, jump into a portal and then get captured by Spooky. And you end up in an alternate timeline for Pac-Man. Like an alternate world where you have to go through modified areas of the areas you went through in the base game, and at the end it's like a colored version of the boss. Some of those bosses are a lot harder. They have different mechanics. Some have the same mechanics, just that they do more damage, or they're a lot faster, um, which you can account for both cases. I kind of really miss the Pac-Man ghost gimmick um, that they had for the bosses, where the bosses look like giant Pac ghosts. I thought that was still cool, but I do agree with people. If you're gonna have one boss have a animal character, why not have both bosses? Why not have all four of the ghosts have the same thing? Because originally, in the original Pac-Man World 3 game, Pac-Man World 2 game, only Clyde, or was it Blinky? It was Blinky. Because Inky and Pinky and cause the other three, because the orange ghost was the one that had the frog. And then after he had the frog, um, the others didn't have the frog. They had just these mechanized versions of Pack Ghosts. And they would ride the top of the Pack Ghost. They would maneuver it like a Megazord, if you will. So, um, like one was it was made of wood, the other was made of ice, and then the last one was made of metal. And you have to do all these maneuvers to jump on top of the contraption to hit them. And then the boss for the ocean, when you traverse through the ocean, you were fighting against who were you fighting? Oh, all four of them in a giant mechanized whale. It was completely different from the first. No, it was the same one for the first game, but it was just a straight up boss battle. There wasn't like a long, drawn out thing to the boss battle. Or at least that's what I remember. So, yeah, it was definitely that. I did, like I said, I enjoyed it. I tried to 100% as many levels as I could. I couldn't. Um, I did 100% two bosses, but they're basically the same boss but reskin. And if you know, then it's the fight in the Citadel against the giant spider. I beat it twice, and then I think the only other time I 100% of the level was the boardwalk stage, where you're on the roller skates and you're running through the boardwalk. Yeah, that one I 100% to get the witch's outfit for Pac-Man. It was alright. Because there's three of them and they're in different colors. That's always the thing too, is that this game gives you three different colors for for costumes. By going through the level, beating the time trial, and then doing a special mission in addition to it. Like collect all the fruit, um, defeat all the enemies, um, play, or like break all the crates. Yeah, it's like it defeat all the enemies. It's a lot of other stipulations for like the second, the first and the second, missions. Like there's even one that says "Do not get hit" or "Don't lose a life." And like on the safe mode, basically it means don't die or don't get hit, because they don't count for like getting hit and stuff like that. So it's a lot, but the game overall is fun. Yeah, and then recently, what was recently? Oh, the Pokemon event, where we were going up against the Terra Raid for Gudra. I believe it's going to continue on into the weekend. I did get my Gudra, don't worry. I got my Gudra. Water type. Well, Gudra, Dragon Poison, Water Terra type. And I went in there with a Belly Bolt. That's his name, Belly Bolt. I was trying to use someone else. I forget who it was, and I was like, Yeah, this is not gonna work. Because it has way too many moves and outs for Pokemon. Oh, it was Iron Hand. But Goodra knew Earthquake. Yeah, I know. Very random, right? No, but Goodra knows Earthquake. So, a lot of people started swapping Goodra out. And are you talking out? I did see them going in for the belly vault. And I had a belly vault because I did some searching for belly vault for another Pokemon. That belly vault was really good against. So thank God I got a belly vault. Uh, Outside of that, really, I was just playing nothing but the tons of game raids that are open. I go to each one once a day, battle against the opponent, stock up on units I need at that point, and call it a day. Mm-hmm. Sorry, tired. I think it's probably going to be a short one today because I really didn't want to make this too long than it already needs to be. Um, is there anything else in gaming news that I want to talk about? Not really. Maybe just to talk about the leak that happened a few weeks ago. Um, Crash 4 model Crash in a go-kart by Beatnut. And people are speculating that we might get a Crash racing game for Beatnut. Which I love it. Considering the biggest slap with F into the faces of Call of Duty for how Blizzard Activision did their employees and it forced everybody to work on it only for that game a few years ago to flop. So, yeah. Maybe we'll finally get a Crash, a Spiral 4. And Spiral could work on those abilities he's had from the CBA. One that controls fire breath, one controls lightning breath, one controls wind breath. And then even the bubble breath. Crazy. So yeah. I hope it is. I would love to play it. I would love to see it. I need to play some CTR. But my hands are always a little different situation. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. That doesn't make sense. Hey, man. Alright. Tired. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go because if I do this any longer, I'm gonna fall asleep. You're gonna hear me snore. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.